Russia closes Polish consulate due to unfriendly acts. Poland pledges equivalent response.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russia has ordered the closure of the Polish consulate in the city of Smolensk, saying that the decision was made due to unfriendly, anti-Russian actions by Poland. In a statement issued to the Interfax news agency, the Russian government said that the decision had been made as a result of the unfriendly actions of the Polish government, which are of an anti-Russian nature. In its statement today, the Russian government said that closing down the Smolensk consulate allows the restoration of the parity of the consular offices of Russia in Poland and Poland in Russia. Poland's foreign ministry released a statement confirming that the Polish ambassador in Moscow had been informed by Russia that consent for the operation of the Smolensk consulate was being withdrawn. The decision is another unfriendly and incomprehensible act aimed at preventing the functioning of Polish diplomatic missions and Polish consular posts, wrote the Polish Foreign Ministry. The Polish consulate in Smolensk was involved in supervision of the Smolensk crash site and of the Polish war cemetery in Katyn. In response to today's decision, Poland's Prime Minister, Mateusz Morawiecki, announced that, if Russia starts to liquidate our diplomatic posts, we will also respond in an equivalent manner on our side.
This post received a score of 8,900, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Poland. Sweet.
Poland was just waiting for Russia to unfriend them first. The diplomatic staff must be high-fiving at the cooler. This seems to be the Diplomatic Corps Antarctica posting.
Those diplomats just won a small lottery.
Russia in 4 days. The closing of the Russian embassy in Poland is a despicable act and a borderline act of war that, in this day and age, is unacceptable.
Forgot to include how it's also a nuclear threat to Russia.
Putler begins wearing accurate masks of previous world leaders whilst pretending alternate histories, giving speeches in character about whichever delusions he's holding onto, begins referencing his own fake speeches as though he's been time traveling.
Oh no. Polish diplomats now won't work in Russia. What a bad news for Poland.
Having to work in Russia sounds like a punishment.
Having to work as a diplomat in a country that breaks every convention they sign and constantly shows an unwillingness to partake in actual diplomacy. Yeah, talk about pissing in the wind.
Russia's definition of unfriendly is strange. They don't consider invading Ukraine and committing war crimes and crime against humanity as not unfriendly act but an act of liberating the country from Nazi running the country. It does not hurt Poland to break ties with Russia anyhow and expel all Russian embassy, consulate personnel and Polish counterpart can come back to their home country.
Hell, they deny that they commit any war crimes or pretend Ukraine are the ones doing them.
I've noticed Russia and their online bot, troll army have fully pivoted from, Russia is doing nothing wrong and if you disagree you support Nazis, to, sure Russia does some wrong but so does Ukraine, so did the US, really trying to cater to the both sides brigade.
Sounds very similar to Republicans in the US.
Where do Toy think the Republicans get their talking points from?
The division has never been as clear as now. No reason on earth to support Russia. But the most far-right Republicans go nuts with the anti-Ukraine shit. Try a new argument every week. The regular Republicans are now having to oppose Putin-Putin's hirelings directly and publicly. Just to keep the defense arms flowing. GOP looks to be about 35% outright owned by Russia.
So we can now kick Russian diplomats from Poland? Neat.
Good. Russia is not interested in diplomacy anyway, so there is no point. Other countries should do the same thing. If Russia say they want diplomacy, it's 100% always to try and take advantage of your country in some way because they literally treat everyone as enemies of Russia. Always have, always will. Trying to make diplomatic deals with Russia and treating them like a normal country is reckless and dangerous.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.